Right now, you think you are choosing to watch this video. You think your thoughts are yours, your emotions are organic, and your reactions are completely under your control. But let me ask you a question. If you are truly the master of your own mind, why can't you turn off your anxiety on command? Why can't you force your brain to focus for 10 hours straight without a single distraction? The truth is terrifying. Your brain is a highly complex biological machine, and most of the time, it is running you, not the other way around. It hijacks your logic with sudden impulses, traps you in overthinking loops, and floods your body with stress before you even realize what's happening. But what if there were backdoor hacks? Bizarre, counterintuitive glitches in human biology that allow you to force your brain into absolute submission. Today, we are moving past the generic self-help advice. No meditation, no toxic positivity. We are diving into 7 weird, scientifically proven psychological overrides that will grant you immediate control over your mind. Let's begin. Method number 1, the double breath. Imagine you're in a high-stakes situation. Your heart is racing, your hands are sweating, and your mind is screaming. In that exact moment, trying to think positive is completely useless. Your prefrontal cortex has been hijacked by your amygdala. To regain control, you have to bypass your thoughts entirely and speak directly to your nervous system through biology. Neuroscientists at Stanford University discovered a hidden physiological override called the cyclic sigh. It is the fastest biological kill switch for stress. Here is how you do it. Take a sharp inhale through your nose. Then, immediately before you exhale, snap in a second, shorter inhale to completely maximize your lungs. Finally, release a slow, extended exhale through your mouth. Why does this weird trick work? When you get stressed, the tiny air sacs in your lungs, called alveoli, collapse. This causes carbon dioxide to build up in your bloodstream, which triggers your brain's panic alarm. That second sudden sniff pops those air sacs back open. The long exhale dumps the carbon dioxide out of your system instantly. Do this just twice, and your heart rate drops, your focus sharpens, and the mental chaos vanishes. You have effectively forced your brain to calm down. Method number 2, name it to tame it. When a wave of anger, fear, or overwhelming anxiety hits you, it feels like an untamable beast. You try to fight it, which only makes it stronger. But there is a strange linguistic glitch in your brain that can disarm an emotion in seconds. It's called cognitive appraisal, popularized by neuroscientist Dr. Daniel Siegel. When you experience an intense emotional trigger, your right hemisphere and amygdala are lighting up like a wildfire. You are trapped inside the emotion. But the moment you force yourself to verbally label exactly what you are feeling, saying out loud, "I am experiencing acute performance anxiety," or "this is irrational anger," something incredible happens. The act of translating raw, chaotic emotion into precise spoken language forces your brain to shift activity from the emotional amygdala to the logical left prefrontal cortex. By naming the emotion, you objectively step outside of it. You are no longer the anger, you are the observer watching the anger. And what can be observed can be controlled. Method number 3, cold on command. If your mind is trapped in a severe spiral of overthinking, depression, or obsessive thoughts, you cannot use your mind to fix your mind. You need a physical shockwave to completely reboot the system. This hack utilizes an ancient evolutionary survival mechanism buried deep within your DNA, the mammalian dive reflex. When you submerge your face into ice-cold water, specifically hitting the area right below your eyes and across your cheekbones, your brain receives an emergency signal. It believes you are diving deep underwater into a freezing environment. Instantly, your body triggers a massive physiological shift. Your heart rate slows down by 10 to 25% almost immediately. blood rushes away from your limbs and centers into your core and brain. The sudden sensory shock completely cuts the electrical currents fueling your overthinking spiral. It is an evolutionary reset button that forces your mind into a cold, hyper-focused state of absolute survival clarity. Method number 4, the third-person disassociation. We are incredibly intelligent when solving other people's problems, but hopelessly foolish when solving our own. Why? Because we are too emotionally close to our own narratives. To break this bias, you can use a psychological technique known as Iliism, the practice of referring to yourself in the third person. Instead of asking yourself, "Why am I so stressed about this presentation?" or "Why can't I get things done?" change the language entirely. Address yourself by your own name from an external perspective. Ask, "Why is he feeling stressed?" or "What is stopping him from executing today?" Psychological studies show that this simple linguistic shift instantly lowers emotional reactivity. By addressing yourself in the third person, you fool your brain into believing you are analyzing a completely different person. Suddenly, the cloud of self-doubt evaporates, and your mind unlocks objective, ruthless, and logical solutions to your own life. Method number 5, the 5-minute wall. Procrastination is not a time management problem. It is an emotional regulation problem. Your brain looks at a massive task and predicts a massive expenditure of energy, triggering a subtle friction of discomfort. To avoid it, your brain tricks you into looking for quick dopamine elsewhere, scrolling social media, checking notifications, or organizing your desk. To bypass this dopamine trap, you must build the 5-minute wall. Tell your brain a deliberate lie. Tell yourself, "I am only going to work on this project for exactly 5 minutes. Once the timer rings, I have full permission to quit, walk away, and never look at it again today." Your brain accepts this compromise because the perceived energy investment is incredibly low. The friction disappears, and you begin. But here is the secret psychological glitch. Once you cross the 5-minute threshold, your brain transitions from the pain of starting to the momentum of doing. Zeigarnik's psychological effect takes over. Your mind now actively hates leaving a task unfinished. The wall crumbles, and flow state takes over. Method number 6, the peripheral expansion. When you are stressed, anxious, or hyper-focused on a threat, your eyes automatically lock into tunnel vision. This is a direct reaction triggered by your sympathetic nervous system. Your pupils dilate, and your focus narrows down onto a single point. But this is a two-way street. Just as your internal stress dictates your vision, changing your vision can completely dictate your internal stress. Try this right now. Keep your eyes looking straight ahead, but consciously soften your gaze. Without moving your head or eyes, intentionally expand your awareness to notice everything in your far left and far right peripheral vision. Hold that wide, expansive view. By forcing your eyes into peripheral vision, you activate a neural pathway that directly stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system. It signals to your brain that there is no immediate physical danger in your environment. Your heart rate slows, your jaw relaxes, and the background humming of mental anxiety shuts down instantly. Method number 7, the worst-case scripting. Most of our mental energy is wasted on a vague, underlying fear of the future. We worry about failing, losing money, being humiliated, or being rejected. This vague fear acts like open background apps on a smartphone, constantly draining your cognitive battery. To kill the fear, you must invite it in. This is the ancient Stoic art of premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. Instead of running away from your worst fears, sit down and write the absolute worst-case scenario in vivid detail. Don't censor it. If everything fails, what happens? You lose your money, You have to move back in with family. You get embarrassed. Write out exactly how you would survive that worst-case scenario step by step. Once your mind realizes that the absolute worst-case outcome is not fatal, that you can adapt, survive, and rebuild, the vague, paralyzing terror loses all power over you. You strip away the fear of the unknown, leaving your mind entirely free to focus on execution in the present moment. Instead of running away from your worst fears, sit down and write the absolute worst-case scenario in vivid detail. Don't censor it. If everything fails, what happens? You lose your money? You have to move back in with family? You get embarrassed? Write out exactly how you would survive that worst-case scenario step by step. Once your mind realizes that the absolute worst-case outcome is not fatal, that you can adapt, survive, and rebuild, the vague, paralyzing terror loses all power over you. You strip away the fear of the unknown, leaving your mind entirely free to focus on execution in the present moment. Your mind is either your greatest weapon or your worst master. The difference lies entirely in whether you know how to operate the controls. If you found these psychological overrides valuable and you want to master the deeper mechanics of human psychology, dark behavior, and strategic focus, make sure to hit the subscribe button right now. Turn on notifications so you never miss a blueprint. Master your mind, or someone else will do it for you.